So, hey everybody, I just wanted to get on here for those of you that do not know. I am the host of Vibe Talk Facing the Lion podcast. I am also the director of the Healing Center. And for those of you who have been listening to me for 5 years or more in our podcast, we are really trying to bring forth for you a sound off. Sound off in that our in session is going to be facing your challenges, as you call us, as you participate. Our in session is about talking to people all over. And so it's a group. And you are allowed to call in. And we're going to give you that number. And that number is as follows. Our 800 number is 800 or 888. Excuse me, I'm all over the place. 888. Okay. And 721 9620. Everybody got that? 96. And I'm going to check it just so that we're making no mistakes here. And that's for everybody. If you want to come in live, you may do so. You may say hello. You may ask questions. You may talk. You may feel free to just be who you are. Our healing center is open, guys. And I'm so proud of the healing center. I can't even say how proud I am because so many of you responded in such a beautiful way. And the healing center is all about your feelings, all about your emotions, and I want you to be able to express yourself. How many of you are expressing yourself and can really do that? We are able to, guys, do that now at the Healing Center. And I'm so proud of the work that myself and my co-host have done. To put something together is not as easy as it looks. It's not as easy as it looks. So I want you guys to realize that if you come in, I want you to be able to really think about your being able to just be free to be yourself. Our 800 number, I'm still looking for it. And I do know it. I promise you, I do know it, and I don't have it by heart. So I'm going to find it for you. I've done a lot of um, exterior work thanks to my co-host who is managing the YouTube page. Have you guys been there yet? Oh my. The YouTube page is such a beautiful page. And as it is a beautiful page, please, guys, use it for your advantage. Our toll-free number is 888-721-9260. And right now, we are doing an in-session live. In-session is all about your being able to come and talk about what you may be going through. Lines are open even for those who are fire victims in my town. Altadena, California is where I was raised. And there are fires in Southern California other than Altadena, California. So we're leaving this for an in-session because people right now need other people. If you're having a hard time asking for help, boy, are they going to teach us all about how to ask for help, because right now they need help. I'm so very grateful to find out the positive attitude of many. There is a very positive attitude, and I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for it because the positiveness helps when they're the ones that we should be helping. And whatever we need to do, whatever we can do, I am in the high desert, and I know that so many people have given firefighters, neighbors. There's plenty of locations. You can find it on our page, vibetalkfacingthelion podcast, which is Vibe Talk. Can't miss it, it's a lion there. But in session, it's all about you guys. And when we come on, I want you to be free to be able to speak. We have accomplished so much, and yet can still have room for gratefulness and thankfulness. That toll-free number is 888-721-9260. At any time we do what is called in session, that is like a public service. It is a public service for you all to just come, and we don't have a set day or time for it, but we want you to know that we are here, and we take very seriously to listen and not judge. It's very serious, and it can be challenging to speak and think that others feel a certain way, but we want to make it available to you. For those who are fire victims, this is what our in session is going to look like. I am right now live on Instagram. at vibe underscore talk. I'm live. And I wanted to reach out personally. I feel heartbroken because so many people lost their homes. And yet they found it in heart to be able to help their neighbors. Some of them have destroyed homes where there is nothing left but ashes. Seriously. And what has happened is they find it in their hearts to keep other homes from burning to the ground. I don't know what that's like, but that is the true meaning of putting yourself in others' place. And it's really been on my mind. I don't have a house. I live in an apartment, and I'm grateful for it. And it makes me feel as if I never want to say any complaining thing ever again. So if you know of friends, family members, people that you don't know, think about just doing something kind just because. Our latest podcast talks about just because. Doing something just because. And how many of us are doing something just because? And even if you have nothing to offer, prayers, reflection is helpful and will impact your very lives. So I needed to say that, and I want you guys to really make use of your platforms to speak. We give it to you wholeheartedly. We are live here. In the face of challenges, as we do our what have you been challenged with, there's still so much to be said. But each week it gives you a intimate look into what has happened in people's lives, what they've gone through. They're being able to conquer, they're being able to triumph, they're being able to get through. And we ask time and time again, what challenges have you faced, past or present? These fires are going to be so many people's challenges as they seek to restart. Many people call it rebuild. Even if they build a structure, you cannot take away the memory. You can't take away the memories that were had in those houses. So they're going to start. They're going to finish wherever home will be. I personally know of people that have lost, and yet they're so positive, or having to pick up the pieces, even though they have nothing. You know the saying, there is pain. Well, there is purpose in your pain. There's purpose in your pain. And if you've gotten a chance to listen or hear or see, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. We have been really focusing on how people are feeling. And it really warms my heart to know that there's been so many people, even in the high desert, that are trying to get to those people in donating. And you know what they haven't asked? Can we get to those people that are affected by Palisades fire? I believe there was some fire almost in Ventura. Can they get through? And for those of you who are anxious to help, just know that your kindness is appreciated. The thought to even want to help is appreciated. So we talk about a lot in the in session. I leave it up to you to be able to call freely while online, because you will need to talk for a very long time. Some people lost their loved ones. They're not worried about that they lost their home. Lives were mattered as they rushed in to try to save their loved ones, their pets. And I don't want this next year, this time, to be forgotten. I want this to be something that we take seriously, and that we want people to understand that we feel their pain. But I'm also here to tell you that your pain is without ignoring it. Your pain is with purpose. I want to tell you something. Sometimes on Fridays are the hardest for me still, even after I had a tragedy in my life. But every day is a reminder of me that I have a purpose. I might have pain, but I have a purpose. And I know for those of you who have lost, that's hard to take right now, because you can rightly say, it's easy for me to say because it hasn't happened to me. But everybody across the country is feeling pain, your pain. And we want you to know that our hearts, our thoughts, anything that we can do, we don't ask, what can we do? We just do it because we're human. We feel ranges of emotion, and I can't even imagine what the people in my life, what the people in the lives of whom I don't know are going through at this moment. But I do understand pain. To be challenged with pain, and yet you still gotta go on. I've watched people weep I've heard from loved ones. I've heard from people that I know, people that I don't know. And it makes my heart feel totally broken. And we just want you to know that whenever you feel like you want to talk or reach out, reach up, reach in, Vibe Talk Facing the Lion podcast and Vibe Talk in session is your place to do so. We know the days are still young, days are still fresh, but we want you to know that you are indeed going to be someone's survival, if not your own, because that's important. You are the real people that have said, we'll rebuild. I've heard that so many times. And your determination to do so can be accomplished. I never not believed in myself that I could do it. I never waited for someone to tell me that I could do it. And that's why I do believe when you say rebuild, you will start from somewhere, somehow. As you look at what the fire has devastated, if you feel right now beyond devastated, then I want to tell you, your determination to rise above this, as painful as it is, because we're talking about people's long, hard work, establishment, 10, 20, 30, 50 years of being established, working hard to get these things. You will not break because you are survivors. You will remember, but you're going to be helping other people. You're going to grow. You're going to reestablish. You're going to, even if it's not at the place that you called home, you will build a new home. You will start. Don't let anybody tell you that it's impossible. Because I know nothing is impossible. We want to be able to reach out to you even if we never hear from you. We want you to know that, this is hard. We want you to know that we've seen images. I can't close my eyes without thinking about the whole city being like a towering inferno. But it breaks my heart. And I have been triggered because I think about what a broken heart is. We've all had that. We've all had a broken heart. We've all experienced it. Maybe you haven't experienced it the way someone else has, or they haven't experienced the way you have. But I feel broken. Because Altadena, Pasadena, Pacific Palisades, all these places are historical places. They have been founded by people who have long gone, and they've left for us a history. Altadena, California was where I first started school. Growing up, I feel for so many ones. My favorite teacher when I first started school, house gone, devastated. And yet that family, although well known, has decided that they must carry on. How? The mindset has a lot to do with that. Years from now, they will remember. Dear friends of mine, in response to me asking how are they doing, they're not going to tell you that they feel pain, they feel hurt. Instead, they're going to tell you that they're okay because they got out with their lives. And to think about our own life and where we're standing or sitting or lying or whatever it is that we do with challenges in our life. This is a hard challenge. And I always want to be able to talk about it because when we talk about it, it's a healing thing. And that's why now there is a healing center. I'm so proud of the healing center. People have already walked through the doors because they're looking to heal their broken hearts, broken homes, broken mindsets. They want to talk about it. They want to have a place where they can think about it. And I'm proud to say the Healing Center is finally open. And who knew that just in the very early stages of Vibe Talk Facing the Lion Healing Center, this would have happened. So I'm hoping that everybody that hears this gets it to somebody that needs to hear it. I've tried to put myself in the place of others. I've tried to imagine what could be said. And then I find myself feeling that there are no words that can express the devastation of these firestorms. Because all of us drive up, pull up, come and go out of our homes. But when you just don't have anywhere to go, wow. But what has helped me? What has helped me is the attitudes of people. Everybody got together. Nobody's fighting. People are really trying to help other people. You know, the news outlet will sometimes show you the ugly, the bad news. But somehow these firestorms have gotten people together, and may it be a reminder that we can really help each other if we really want to. And I thought today would be a perfect day to do the in-session. And the in-sessions are for the public. There's a number to call. Even when it's off air, you are more than welcome to call. You're more than welcome to get in and chime in on what has happened. The toll-free number, again, for those of you who are out of California, 888-721-9260. Every time we do an in-session, it's always about what you all want to talk about, and our hearts are heavy because many of us have history there. I just learned the other day that our Altadena, Pasadena area, my middle school, and that was a milestone in my life, going to middle school. Elliott was Elliott Junior High back when I was in school. Burned. I think about all those students. I'm glad that they're safe. They will be housed in other schools. And I'm proud of the city in which I was raised, because people are getting together. No one thought, hey, there'll be a firestorm. And I find myself, as I pray, I'm praying for rain. I never in my life prayed for rain. Prayed for a lot of things, but rain was not one of them. Boy, do I want to see some rain. So may we be thinking about others. May we be thinking that after this is over, it's not over, because it will be a beginning for people that have lost. People who have never experienced loss to this degree will have to now come to terms with what was lost. They'll have to start from somewhere. They'll have to be challenged. But I'm here to tell you, you can do anything your mind sets you to do. And I believe you when you say, we're going to rebuild. I've heard that so many times, because I know from experience that I can do whatever my mind tells me to do, and that's the message here today. You are not beyond help. It may feel like it. I'm not in your shoes, and I almost feel as if I have no right to speak. But because it does affect so many of my loved ones, I'd be remiss if I didn't speak. It's made me open my eyes. It's made me realize that if we really want to, we can do a lot. You know, people will come together to tear down the city. Literally. We saw that happen when the Dodgers won. That was our town, LA, Los Angeles. That was supposed to be a happy occasion. But yet so many people were terrorizing. Now we have a city on fire. Imagine that. So we have shown that we could either tear down or build up. Literally. And I hope that my words are going to build up. I hope that our podcasts build you up. I hope that whatever we're being productive to do, that it's going to build this city, these cities, and that we don't forget this time, because sometimes we get a little too excited, and then what happens? We start to contribute toward behaviors not so good. My heart goes out to each and every person. I want you to spread this because I think it's something that needs to be said. I have a platform, and I'm going to use the platform for the healing purpose. Your pain is for a purpose. You're not beyond healing. Our hugs go out to you. We send you lots of hugs. And we dare not ask, what do you need? Just do it because. And I've done that. Just do it because. Nobody has to know what you're doing. And I want to hear from you guys. I want to tell you how bad I have felt because this has happened to so many people. It's not because someone discriminates. I'm about sick of hearing that. Things happen in life. Life happens. But it shows us that we have choices. We have choices either to conquer or be conquered. Your choice. This is In Sessions. Thank you so much. And please, just know that your pain is without judgment. Personally, you can feel however you want to feel and take your time to heal. Please, please, if you need to speak out, Vibe Talk Facing the Lion podcast. We'll be happy to take your call. 1-888-721-9260. Toll free. And our local number for all of the United States, 661-406-8419. That's for those living in the United States and those who are not living in the United States. It's toll free. We'll see you next time on another In Session.